Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well. Sorry this is going up on Saturday, not Sunday. Yesterday I was driving my parents to a chiropractic appointment, and when I got back I was just really tired and I thought, no, I'll do it tomorrow. So I just decided I would do it today. Hope you've had a good week. Mine's been not bad. Got things some things dealt with I needed to deal with. I'd like to say thank you to everyone that's been watching my vlog, my Galloway vlog video, and the comments. I really appreciate it. I'm really glad that you've really enjoyed it, and I know I have gained a few subscribers in the last couple of weeks. So thank you very much. Hello. I hope you enjoy my videos from now on as well, and that you will stay around. Reading wise, I finished two books. So I finished Christmas Wishes by Sue Moorcroft. I'm not going to do a review of that just now because this is going to be my book for a book and a bake this month. So yeah, we'll have to kind of wait for a wee while until I've got that video ready. I also finished on my Kindle The Guest List by Fern. I really enjoyed this. We meet two sisters, Abby. Oh gosh, hold on 1 minute till I find out what her sister's called because I can't remember. Her sister's called Mallory. So we meet them at the beginning of the book, and they live with their parents. Things are difficult because Mallory is older than Abby, and now when Abby was born, she has what they call a wine stain birthmark on one side of her face, and her mother basically disowns her, calls her ugly, and she encourages Mallory to be nasty to her sister. And their father is, he tries to make up for it by sort of being Abby's champion, and his best friend Donovan is also kind of Abby's champion as well. Something happens that their parents pass away, and Donovan ends up becoming guardian to both girls, and his girlfriend helps him. Carol helps him, and they decide that to make the home stable, that they should get married, which they do, and they also move away from the home, the town where the girls were brought up. But Mallory continues to be an absolute bism. She is just a horrible little girl. And they end up she goes to boarding school and Abby stays at home. The girls don't reconnect again until they both graduate high school. And then they sort of have a tentative relationship, and then sort of when they finish university, they have a more, they've worked their way, they've become more friendly, as it were. And Abby ends up being an author, and Mallory works for an insurance company. But Mallory ends up she comes back to the town, or near the town where Abby is living, but as a graduation present, Abby has been given this house that Donovan bought that Carol decorated. Carol is a very overbearing character. I mean, she wants everybody to do what she wants to do. She smothers both Abby and her little brother. Carol and Donovan have had a child, and she smothers him as well. As a character, she didn't sit well with me, and I was like, I'm really not sure about you. And Mallory ends up working for Abby, in that Abby needs somebody to do lots of research for her upcoming book. Her first book has been a huge success, and she doesn't want to do the publicity for it, but obviously because of her face, she had surgery. It wasn't as successful as they wanted it to be. So Mallory does all the publicity. She's kind of the face, as it were. What I really liked about Abby is she's such a caring character. She, this house was built for her and it was like decorated, but she really doesn't like it. But she lives with it. but it's kind of she makes it her own, and to make it her own, she actually helps the local vet by fostering numerous dogs at one time. I think there was something about like 7 of them. Um, so that was quite good. Just she was like exerting her own power as well. Her next book is a suggestion from Mallory, and she eventually works out that they are investigating their parents' death, and things start happening from there. And it was really, really interesting. It really had me turning the pages. I was like, what's happening? Who's happening? And they had it fixed for one person. I was like, no, I don't think so. I think it's somebody else. And I worked it out, but it didn't spoil the story for me that I'd worked it out before the end who it was. I really did enjoy it. This was my first Fern Michaels, and it will not be my last. I will definitely be reading more from her. I just really liked the pace. Loved the characters. The situations that they were in and everything was just so well thought out, so well plotted. Just really, really good. So yeah, if you haven't already, I would pick up the guest list by Fern Michaels. It was so good. So what am I reading now? I Hear You Cry. Well, I know I said last week after Christmas Wishes that I would pick up The Christmas Ranch by Rianne Thane. I decided I didn't want another Christmas book, so I spun my little wheel and I came up with Always and Forever at Glendale Hall. This is book number 4. This is by Victoria Walters, sorry. This is book number 4 in the series. I thought this was the last one, but I reached out to Victoria Walters and she went, no, the next one will be out in September. And I'm like, yay. So in this we meet Anna. Anna is the sister of Brodie, the local minister. And he encourages her to come to Glendale Hall because Glendale Hall are looking for a cleaner, or a, we're going to call it a cleaner, a housekeeper. There we go. That's the better word. She's looking for a housekeeper, so she comes, but they discover she can cook. So she ends up also helping Beth, who owns Glendale Hall. Her friend Heather runs Hilltop Farm Retreat. So Anna also ends up helping her, because Anna can really cook, and she can cook really, really well. So Heather sort of hires her for a weekend for Hilltop Farm to come and cook for this influencer. And at the moment we're getting Anna, we are told, has been was hurt in a car accident. She feels her family don't really like her, so I don't know what's going on there. And she's got, her relationship with her family is not that brilliant. Even with Brodie, is not that good. So she doesn't really tell them very much, and she sort of tries to have a good time to block out various things. So it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. I am on chapter 22 at the moment. I am enjoying it, I have to say. I am enjoying this, and so I want to see what happens next. I want to see how does Anna's way of thinking about the accident, that obviously doesn't gel with, I think, with her parents and her brothers, is that resolved by the end of it? I suspect it will be, but I want to see how it's done. And I also want to see, does she decide to stay in Glendale Hall or whether she'll move out? I don't know. So yes, I'm reading that one. And then I've picked up another NetGalley book that I need to review, and then that's called Room and Board by Miriam Parker. I'm just sort of like, maybe 20% into it, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's to do with an alum that goes back to her high school, her boarding school high school, as a house mother, and I'm just really interested to see where this goes. So that's kind of what I'm reading this week. I should hopefully finish both of them, this week. If I get Glendale Hall done, I will definitely pick up The Christmas Ranch by Rianne Thane. Glendale Hall I only read for kind of an hour a day because I'm reading it in bed at night. My Kindle one I will read downstairs. So maybe if I get the Kindle one finished, I'll pick up the Christmas Ranch. I don't know. I'll just see how it feels. But yes, that's kind of what I'm reading at the moment. Please let me know down below in the comments. What have you read this week? Have you enjoyed what you've read this week? Do any of the books that I've briefly chatted about appeal to you? What are your plans for the weekend? I would really like to know. Mine, we've got rugby today. We've also got the Women's Euros football on at the moment as well. So Dad and I are watching. We're all watching it, but Dad and I in particular are we're taking some notes. Dad and I are doing this study at the moment. We started a while ago with men's football, but we're now transferred to women's football. There's been a lot of talk in the news over the last 9 months, a year, concerning football players who later on in life develop dementia because they headed the ball so much. And there's all this thing, we're trying to stop headers, we're trying to stop, football players heading the ball, etc. And we were like, don't know if that's, don't know if footballers are taking any notice. So we started this study where we count the number of headers per match and work out how many headers there are per minute within a football game. And it's really, really interesting. I'm going to be really interested to see what we find out. What the results we're getting at the moment are very interesting. At some point we will hope to write it up and maybe try and get it published within a sports magazine or a sports journal or something like that. I think that'd be really cool to actually get that done. Now it means I will have to do a wee bit research, academic research, but that's fine for me. I don't mind doing that. So that's what Dad and I are doing as well, which is really fun. I'm really enjoying it. Mum enjoys watching it as well. I think she's more of a rugby fan, I think, than a football fan, as are Dad and I, but it's just because we find this topic interesting. There's also tennis as well. We've got Wimbledon. It's like it's a sports month this month because Wimbledon finishes tomorrow, and then the World Athletics Championships start, I think, next Friday or something. So it's like, and then we've got the Commonwealth Games. So it is like a month full of sport, which for us is like, yay. Weather-wise, we've had sunny days that we could have sat outside, but it's funny, normally I'm one of these people, as soon as sun's out, I'm out there reading a book. I haven't felt like that this year. It's like, yeah, it's sunny, fine. I'm not sitting out in the sun. I just not feeling it at the moment. Hopefully that will change and that I will want to sit in the sun, when it's really sunny at the moment. We've got blue sky, but there are clouds around, so I don't know whether we'll get any sun today. If we do, I might actually go and sit in the sun, but we will see. But I've rambled, people. I've rambled, friends, for what? Just coming on for 13.5 minutes. Please let me know down in the comments what your weekend plans are. I'd really like to know. But until my next video, friends, stay safe and happy reading. Bye.